So on behalf of the Community Council, the 2018 Citizen of the Year Award, I want to give one to Tom Patton, there you go, and the Thomasina Patton for all the work that you do in the community, and I just want to thank you as an individual and my wife for all the work that you've done for Avon Lake and all the organizations as well. As I said, this was a unanimous vote, and that speaks for itself, and I think what you see there this evening, the people in the audience, that speaks for itself. So congratulations. So the microphone is yours.
I have to stand over here, is that right? Okay.
Can you fix that?
It's going to be short anyway, so don't worry about it. I'll say a few words, and then Tom will probably say a lot. You know, I really appreciate it, and it's very kind of everyone here and very thoughtful. There's so many people in here that do so much. I mean, it's until I started getting involved with. Tommie's been involved with a lot of things for quite some time, but I try not to. And I was conscripted to get involved with saving the history of the Lakeshore Electric. Came by accident, and now I'm the ending up the repository for collections that have been developed and history that has been retained by so many people before me. I think it's important that I find a place to place it, so that it doesn't have, people don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to worry about what's going to be lost and what's going to be destroyed. That's really what I've been working on. And some of the people here that I've had the opportunity to work with and meet is awe-inspiring, actually. I mean, you have Mr. Avon Lake, Tony Tominek, and the Vasses are outstanding, and the Gallaghers are always, no matter what you need, they're there. Chuck and Daryl, and I mean everyone here. I can't thank you enough, and this is very much appreciated. Other than the railway, the only reason I help is because she forces me.
Well, I want to thank you very much. I did not expect to be this moved by this ceremony. I don't get moved easily, but this is just awesome. I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I think like at the Academy Awards, it came to my mind that, you know what, they should have like a supporting Citizen of Avon Lake Award, because, and Tom took the air out of my balloon, my speech, but people like the O'Donnells and the Vasses and Marty Gallagher and Tony Tominek, every time we ask them for something, they help us. We could not do what we do without the help of them and other volunteers. Part of what I like about well, let me start my speech where I was supposed to start it. I'm sorry, I'm just so taken by this. When we were first married, we had moved 8 times in 7 years before coming to Avon Lake. And my plan in life was to move to Hudson. Well, Tom took a job in Elyria. He had to be in Lorain County. And I said, well, I have to be in Lorain County. We're moving to Avon Lake. That's my compromise. So we moved to Avon Lake. And from the day we moved here, our daughter started first grade like 3 days after we moved here at Westview. I loved it. And Tom was working 2 full-time jobs. Tom could have cared less where he lived. He was just working. But I loved it. Since I loved it, he loved it. And it just makes it easy to volunteer and support something that you really love. I know people who live in places that they don't really enjoy, and I think it would be much harder, and I think we would still do it, but you wouldn't do it with the passion and the enthusiasm. We love this town. We love the people here. Just everything about it. It always made us feel at home. We like the schools. Sometimes council doesn't always listen to what we say, but they're very approachable. And I mean, just everything about it. It was welcoming. We felt like we fit in. And whether you were on the higher socioeconomic part of the scale or the lower socioeconomic part of the scale, it doesn't matter. Everybody here just melts together. It doesn't matter. And I don't see that in other communities. I mean, we just love it here. You know, if and when we move, we're staying here in Avon Lake. You know, people say, "Oh, you're going to Florida?" No, we're not going to Westlake. We're staying in Avon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyways, volunteering. Okay. Anyways, it's very important to me. We've been very fortunate in life. Tom and I have worked very hard, and we've been very fortunate and very successful. But then what do? I mean, aren't you supposed to help other people? You know, if it weren't for volunteers, you wouldn't have Girl Scouts, you wouldn't have Boy Scouts. All the people, the men and the women who coach sports and don't get a lot of recognition for it, that's hours and hours and hours, you know, of time that they do year in and year out. You know, Bill Gallagher, Marty's brother, was our grandson's first football coach. And he made such an impact on our grandson. It was amazing. So, you know, volunteerism really, it just makes the community. The community just would not be the same. Even volunteering for things like the beer fest or the wine fest that are fun, well, that all adds to people's quality of life. So, you know, you don't have to always be doing something that's really depressing. You can do something that's fun. And working with volunteers is very different than bossing people around when you write their paycheck because they have to do what you ask them. Volunteers are very different, but the fun of working with volunteers is that they're not narcissistic. They're giving of themselves, they're giving their time, they're giving their money, they're giving their effort, they're giving their support, because all right, I'm done. Anyways, so thank you very much. I honestly did not expect it. I still have another page. Wow. Okay. No, I'm done. Thank you I really appreciate it. Thank you.